And it looks like we're going live here on the internet. We got a couple people in the house doing some chatting. Who do we have here? We got Walter from Australia. What's up, Walter? Deweese Milstead, Brian H., and of course, Brian Waller. He's in there too, talking to everybody. What's up? And welcome to Season 2, Episode 99 of ClearPropTV.com, also known as PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, if you're listening to us. And Will Fly said, hello, everyone in the chat. Welcome. This is so awesome. This is going to be a really, really awesome show. We got a big panel here, and we got an awesome guest. So before we get to our guests, let's go ahead and quickly introduce everybody on the panel. We got Brian Haybale Waller. You can always find him and his shenanigans over at ppgbrian.com. What's up, Brian?
How's it going, y'all? I'm pretty stoked about tonight's show. We got an awesome guest on, Sean, and I was there to witness his first flight. So, yeah, we share that connection together, man, and we'll always have. And, first flights are awesome. I'll be part of that to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Stoked. But y'all can check me out on YouTube, ppgbrian.com.
.com. I love it. Did I say my name? I'm Sean Symons, also known as PPG Grandpa. But since we have a guest that's named Sean, that's spelled S-E-A-N, which I think is the correct way because that's the way my name is spelled. I guess everybody needs to refer to me as Grandpa today, or else we're going to get all mixed up. Anyways, we also got Will Fly from WillFlyPPG.com in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I had the privilege of meeting Sean down in North Carolina and his family and his dog, right?
Yeah, we brought everybody down.
Yeah, well, it's just always great to be a part of somebody's new experience in paramotoring. And yeah, like every other one I've seen, Sean was really excited about it and did a great job. Oh, and you can check me out at willflyppg.com.
And yeah, definitely. And of course, like everybody on the panel, make sure that you go to their channel, hit that subscribe and that bell notification. We also got JP Tulo from JP.com. What's up, bud?
What's going on, guys? Happy to be here. Always a pleasure.
It's another beautiful day in paradise. He's also known as TikTok Tulo. Any more million hits on your TikTok, or is it?
No, nothing big lately. Just the typical, just low key paramotor videos. I'm having fun with those.
That's what it's all about, though, right?
Absolutely.
Just posting up stuff and enjoying it and getting as many people as we can into the sport. Well, thank you, JP, for being on the show, buddy. Appreciate you.
Yep.
We also got our cheerleader, ParamotorUSA.com, our own Linda Anderson. What's up, girl?
Hey. Oh, wait, God. Yay!
There it is.
No.
There it is. Cowboy, cowgirl hat, and pom-poms. Man, I tell you what. Without you, we would not have half these people that are on the show. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I just, me, every Monday I'm already ready to go, and I'm always super excited on our Monday shows because every Monday it's something different, and we meet new friends and everything, and it's awesome. So thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely. If you guys want to be on our show, make sure you go over to ParamotorUSA.com. That forwards over to Linda Anderson's Facebook page. Just say, hey, I want to be on ClearPropTV Paramotor Podcast, and she'll hook you up. So thank you, Linda, for being on the show. We also got a couple of people that have been on our show before that are on our panel. We got Cole Parsons. What's up, Cole? Good to see you again.
Nice to be a part of it. Had a great time last week and looking forward to our guest this week.
Awesome. Well, Cole, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate you, buddy. We also got Mark Droids. What's up, Mark Droids in the house? Woot, woot.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, good to be here. As always, well, I shouldn't say as always. It's been a while since I've been here, so I kind of felt necessary to come and step in. But good to be here. Looking forward to the show.
Well, thank you for joining us again, Mark. Good to see you, buddy. We also got Jim Simnard from Canada, the only place I know that their money smells like maple syrup. What you doing, buddy, old pal?
Oh, just loving being here. I made it by the skin of my teeth.
I'm glad you made it, guy. That's awesome. And you run a printing press up there too. That you helped us do stickers and decals and even the Paramotor calendar up there at CarePP.com. So thank you so much for helping us do all that stuff, buddy.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
And to see his flying shenanigans, go over to CarePPG.com. So thank you, Jim, for being on the show. But tonight is all about Sean Ashcraft. He is the most amazing guy that I've talked to. He has a, I know, look at his face. He's like, no, come on, don't put me up like this. He really is. I mean, he has a lot of interesting background that we're going to be talking about. Everything from being pushed out of an airplane at 16 years old by his dad. He skis downhill, he mountain bikes, and does all sorts of fun stuff. He even is a GA pilot and flown fixed wings and also helicopters. This guy is great. And now he's up to 27 flights on his PPG. Welcome, Sean, to the show, buddy. Wow, you got a background that I can't wait to talk about.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. So this PPG community that I've jumped into the past couple of weeks has been phenomenal, and I'm just so excited to meet more folks and get more involved, because I mean it's a bunch of really awesome people. And the sport is killer. The sport is awesome.
And you got the coolest beard I've ever seen. I'm trying to get it to get this far, like the ZZ Top, but you got it, man. You beat me.
Yeah, he's got like 10 comments already. And shout out to DP. He just threw $10 in the chat for your beard. He said it's ZZ Top. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, DP. Appreciate you, buddy. So real quick, Sean, tell us a little bit about your background in flying. You got a GA, you've been flying, and you're doing extreme sports. Tell us a little bit about all that fun stuff.
Well, so grew up flying. My dad was a B-52 pilot, and a flight instructor in the Air Force. So planes, just fixed wing aircraft, were a huge thing my whole life. Started pretty young, started working on my license when I was 14, and just never really let go of it. Flew through college, had a 172 for a lot of years, had a Lancer, 182, a couple of Pipers. I mean, I've just kind of gone through things. It's like flying was an everyday thing. So in college, we'd always take off and go get our $200 hamburgers from up in New Hampshire. So, it was a very different sport as far as the income layout. It's the paramotor stuff. I was so excited to learn about fuel burn and being able to actually afford without having 3 jobs. But outside of the flying stuff, I run a summer camp for kids. I've been doing experiential ed, outdoor based ed, and mountain guiding for about 20 years. Mixing that in with the flying, and paragliding has always been something that I've seen when we're up in the mountains, and something that's been nagging at me for a lot of years, and just stumbled upon this whole unit that I got back in the spring, and jumping in head first, ready to go. So brought my whole family down to North Carolina to do training with Brooke and Brian, and with North Carolina PPG, and now we're hooked. I mean, I'm in it. My kids are in it. We're all ready to go. So
that's awesome. Hey, at the very beginning of the show, I said that, you were pushed out of an airplane at 16 years old by your dad. Now we're going to talk about that in just a minute. As soon as we get at least 20 likes. So we got 22 viewers. We only got 7 likes right now. As soon as we see at least 20 likes, we're going to tell that story. Because that's a good story, right? I mean,
it is. It's funny. I haven't really talked about it in a long time.
well, as soon as we get at least 20 likes, we're going to be talking about it. Hey, Brian, now you helped train him with Brooke, right?
Yes.
And
yes, I did.
And you got some video that you want to share too today?
I do. I have his at least his first 2 launches, his first landing, a sim, some kiting. I've got tons of video. I don't have time to go through it all, but I've got the best ones there, and I can share that anytime you're ready, man. But
okay, Sean, would you like to go ahead and share those and tell us what you were feeling and how you feel about getting into that pilot seat and taking off and all that stuff. I mean, that's the best part, guys, is when you get a new pilot that tells you how they feel about running up into the sky and feeling that for the first time, and then coming down and hitting that 3-point landing, or a good 2-point because you got legs, right?
Yeah.
So good 2-point landing, I mean, I want to hear about it, and go ahead and roll it anytime that you want to, Brian. And Sean, it's all yours. Tell us how you feel about running up into the sky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so we spent a little bit of time kiting, breezed through all of our classroom stuff. And I mean, I was so anxious to get out. I just wanted to put strap the thing on my back and just feel the power that it had. And as soon as I got in the simulator and felt just how much oomph, how much thrust these units produce, I was like grinning ear to ear. It's just so much fun, so much power, so much excitement. And that it was a little bit of apprehension just because of the weight, trying to think about running, the whole posture thing. But realistically, as soon as the wing gets over my head, it starts to feel so natural. And the idea of really feeling like a bird. I mean, flying planes, flying helicopters, flying other things, it definitely leaves you with a sensation, but the paramotor was like nothing else that I had done. And as soon as you start to feel a little bit of lift, like feel it pulling you up just a smidge from the beginning, it's like, oh my God, this is happening. It's happening. And it's like, just keep running and keep running, keep running. And I think this is the video where it's like, I'm running the whole time. Like, I think I was running until I was 100 feet off the ground.
So for all the people that are listening to this podcast and not watching it, what's going on in this clip right now?
So I just got the kite over my head. I'm running. I'm getting my posture. So I'm getting the motor pushed back a bit. I'm running. My feet just took off the ground. I'm in the air. And I'm climbing out as my first flight.
And what were you feeling when you were taking off that very first time?
Man, I mean, it was pure joy, like excitement and joy. It's like being able to see the horizon, dropping down lower, coming up over the trees. Like I felt like a bird. Like there's nothing in front of you, nothing underneath you. Like you're completely wide open and free. It really has the most freeing feeling out of anything that I've done in the sky.
And this is coming from a guy that flies helicopters and fixed wing. So this is more extraordinary than flying anything else that you've flown, huh?
Oh, I've I mean, I'm still going to fly other things, but this is where I'm
first landing, guys.
All right. For those of you that are listening to this, it was a perfect landing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was so fun. Oh, it's putting me right back into it. I was so excited at that point. Oh man. It's like coming in for landing and it's like reset, check everything. I'm feeling a little bit of the nerves again, wondering what it's going to be like to land with this big thing on my back, moving at what feels like way faster than you can run. And not super used to the flare authority that it has, but then as soon as you get in, listening to Brooke in my ear, telling me step by step, coming in, and like as soon as you start the flare, drops you right down, nice and gentle. I mean, it was a really great day weather-wise, but man, like, oh, it's all right. I'm ready to go again. Like, let's do this. Let's take off again. It was just so much joy that day.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing like it. I totally agree. We got 14 likes. We got 21 viewers. If you can hit that like button, as soon as it gets up to 20 likes, Sean's going to be telling us about how his dad pushed him out of an airplane at 16 years old. But we got to get those 20 likes. Any other questions that we have on the panel, or did anything pop up in the super chat?
Go ahead, Jim.
I had a quick question about your landing there. You look like you were coming in pretty fast. Did you have power on there?
No, motor was off. Yeah.
Motor was off. Boy, that thing really glides a long distance, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's the Roadster 3. It was fresh out of the package for training.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fast. It was really
Yeah,
fast.
that was pretty. Mine is like an elevator, just straight up and down almost. It's crazy. But it gives you the sensation that you're coming in a heck of a lot faster because you're going straight at the ground.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's weird.
I definitely noticed that, like my ground speed coming in 100% in my head was, I can't run this fast. Like, I'm just going to keep going. They clearly know what's right here. So as soon as Brooke told me to flare, it's like right into it. And it's like putting on the brakes. It really slowed right down as soon as my foot touched the ground. So it was nerve-wracking at first, but man, it felt perfect.
Beautiful.
Can I ask what size roadster and how much you weigh?
I weigh about 190. My roadster's 26. It's a 26 meter. Yeah, and I have the Parajet Maverick. It's my setup.
Do you have
For the most 185.
Yeah, the 185.
are your trimmers separate or
So
tied in?
Actually, Brian, you might be able to answer this better. I might not know the exact thing of this, but
JP, you're talking about the tip steering?
Yeah, is it tied in or is it separate? Just
they're separate. So my tip steer is separate. You can tie them in, but the way that I flew that time, the tip steering was just stowed and separate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually,
It was only like his fifth flight up there when he was flying around. He was already comfortable that he was already playing around with the trims. He was playing around with tip steering, and the different things. So yeah, he's played with the full range other than the tying in the tip steering on his wing.
Yeah. I was using them at the same time. The only thing that we didn't dig into is the speed bar because it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I mean that wing was, I don't have anything to compare it to, but man, it was responsive and really comfortable, really fast, really smooth. And it is really easy to get up in light wind. It doesn't take a whole heck of a lot, which was really great for kiting or for just ground practice.
Yeah,
Sean, have you gotten connected with the local group up there? Or are you pretty much flying solo or?
I'm flying solo right now. I've only been able to fly a couple of times. It's raining right now. It's rain and ice. It's just been really nasty weather for the most part. I've only been able to get up 3 times. And that was 2 separate days. And it's below freezing pretty much. This is the warmest day we've had and it's 42 outside. So I'm starting to get used to, I'm trying to figure out what kind of gear I need to start pulling out of my closet in order to stay warm and fly. And still be able to be mobile. So
That's the trick.
Learn more about that for sure. I did bring out, like, I've got my mountaineering gear. I mean, the stuff I used to climb mountains with, and I wear my puffy stuff, and I'm going to dig into that soon, but it is cumbersome. It's really big. So, I'm hoping to find something that's a little bit more trim.
So yeah, you don't have any, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just going to say, get yourself a really good pair of heated gloves. It makes a world of difference. We fly out of Chicago over here where it's really cold. And if you have cheaper gloves, your fingers still get cold. If you get good gloves, it just makes the flight so much more enjoyable.
Absolutely. I heated gloves. That didn't even cross my mind. Actually, that's perfect. I will definitely get heated gloves. That was the worst part. I couldn't feel my hands at all the third flight, and I'm like, I've got to be done, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to land safely. So,
hey, before we get sidetracked talking about heated gear and stuff, I just like to say, if anybody on the panel or listening in the chat knows of a paramotor group, Sean is up in the Vermont area. I know some people in New Jersey, I think, that he could probably hook up with. I don't know how, that's not very far for you, I don't think, but
no, it's like 4 hours. I'll drive wherever. I already told you I'm coming to Alabama.
Yeah, I hear you.
South.
I know a
RV, I'm going anywhere.
I know a 7 foot tall, one-legged guy in New Jersey area that'll fly with you for sure. Sky Pirate. But there's got to be some other paramotor pilots in your area, and some of the people here may know of them, and we can put you in touch with them, hopefully. Because flying with other people is awesome. Finding a local group. I think Will's going to talk about that some in his video, but finding a local group to fly with that can show you the way and tell you the rules for your local area, so that you can not piss people off or, be a good steward of the sport mainly.
Yeah.
Those are important things.
And here's something too, in case you did not know, if you go to ppgzone.com, there's an interactive map where you can see where everyone is, all the pilots that are registered on PPG Zone. When you go there, you can actually zoom into your area and see all the different pilots and contact them through ppgzone.com.
That's cool.
But Sean's
Yeah.
developing his own group up there, it sounds like. He's going to have his whole family involved.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right. I mean, we're planning to come down in the spring, get my boys up in the air and do it family style for sure. I mean, it's going to be awesome. They can't wait. I mean, we're talking about it all. I mean, every day we talk about it. They're like, when is this going to happen? When are we going to come south? When are we going to get to fly? When? So I'm counting down the days.
How old are your
They
kids,
are
John?
10 and 12.
10 and 12?
Yep.
Nice.
So give us a little background that will make people out there understand, wow, I know you do a lot of extreme sports and that type of stuff. What makes you think that teaching your 10 and 12-year-old fly paramotor is safe?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it sounds crazy if you think about it, or if I think about it, if I say it too many times, but then I have to remember that, like I started flying planes. I mean, granted, my dad was able to sit next to me, but started flying planes when I was 7, 8 years old. So, the capabilities there, as long as the essay is developed, like the situational awareness and being able to have an environment that like my kids, we live on a mountain, we live in a tiny house. It's a big summer camp. They mountain bike and one wheel all over the place through trails. They've been doing it for years. I mean, I don't want to use the word feral kids. I mean, that might have negative connotations, but I mean, Brian, you met them, like they're pretty self-sufficient. Yeah. They've got good heads on their shoulders. But at the same time, they are a little bit more of a risk taker, which I think is something that is sort of important. Like they're going to go through the time to ask questions and to learn when they don't understand, but they're also willing to try something, to experience it, to get the feeling. Like they're doers like I am. I'm definitely I live by feel. I'm feeling everything around me, and the things that excite me are the things that I stick with. And that's that adrenaline junkie component, but it also is like the heart space where living the life that you want to live. And if my kids love doing all of these other kind of exciting, what some people might consider more offbeat or wild sports, then this is like a perfect opportunity. It's like the idea of paramotoring, it is fun by myself, but like you're saying, Brian, having a crew, like being able to hang out, socialize, do things together, critique, just relate. It's like Will, when I met Will down in North Carolina, he showed up at the airport with a whole group of guys, and they all took off and did a cross country to, I think he went to South Carolina, actually, like to the border or something. But all of the camaraderie that's associated with all that whole thing that happened, and like when we were all hanging out afterwards, it's the same kinds of things that by including my kids in this sport, it's going to deepen our relationship together as well. And that's really important to me. I want to be able to be there as a father, but also as a friend and as a peer when I can be. So I think that paramotor is a great way to be able to make aviation more affordable, especially in thinking about flight school. That alone is as much as a setup. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to planes. Whereas like now, I'm good to go. And once we get them the training, it's the same kind of thing. We'll be able to do flight as a family in a much more accessible way. So, there's really not much else than being in the air, like you all know this, like the feeling you get when you're up in the air is like nothing else, so
I'm envious. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have kids. And if I did, I would think there would be nothing more awesome than to fly with them. I get to fly with my dad, so I'm sure he gets that appreciation. But yeah, I mean, if I had 2 kids and all of us as a family were able to take off and fly, it sounds incredible. Yeah. I just want people to know that you know, you thought this out, you know, with your kids, you know, kind of what they're capable of, what they're capable of doing and learning.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
you know,
big time. It's not for every kid. I mean, I run a summer camp. We've got 550 kids every summer. Trust me, I would not put many of them in the sky. I would not say that they would be okay. I would absolutely never, like, I'm not gonna put my kids in a situation where I feel like they're gonna be unsafe. Or where their choices or their inexperience or potential immaturity is going to cause a real issue.
You know, most of the people I've seen get their first flight and fall in love with the sport. They truly fall in love with it and they just want to share it with others. And for you to be able to do that with your kids is just, I think, I don't have kids, but I can imagine everybody else on this panel that does have kids that might want to fly with them can probably, you know, be a little jealous. So congrats to you, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I know, right? You see, like, how many total paramotors would that be?
There's going to be 4.
So 4. You said just like the 4 paramotors just coming in.
Yeah. I mean, we take
Ashcraft are here
and come right back home. It'd be great. Yeah, I mean, they really got sold because they got to go up with Brooke on his trike. Or in his trike, and as soon as they got down, it's like it went from this like kind of not tangible feeling of like, oh yeah, that would be really cool, to like, when is it my turn? Like, this is so fun. And when Oliver got to steer, got to control the wing, which was really phenomenal, and they got to oh, there he is right there. And it like really solidified that feeling or that dream. So, oh yeah, here we go. That's Oliver's. That's me getting my 12-year-old set up and strapped in. Brooks in the background right behind him there with his sweet trike, which I really would love one.
You got that,
and it's at the end of the day. This is like just before sundown.
And once again, for those of you who are listening to us, go ahead, Sean, tell us what you're watching on the screen.
Well, so inflated the wing. They're taxiing along. The trike just took off. They're torque steering to the left. Right. Yeah, so they're
Oliver doesn't weigh too much.
Yeah. And they're coming around. And this is after they landed. So they went around, did a couple touch and goes. And this is after they had just come back in. And Oliver, it's like first thing he said is this is awesome.
I asked him a question as soon as he landed. I asked him the question. I ask everyone the same question. I said, would you do it again? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved it. Yeah. And Oliver, I mean, he's 12. He's going to be a little bit easier to deal with gear wise. My 10-year-old's he's kind of on the small side. So it's going to be interesting finding the right frame for him. But outside of that, I mean, there are kids that are doing it. So, you know, there's the one that is in Egypt. Actually, we were talking about Egypt, flying to Egypt or something earlier, but there's a kid in Egypt that is, I think he's 9 and he's flying. He's been flying quite a bit. There's some pretty wild videos. And then Brian, that other boy that started at 7.
Yeah, I think he started at 9. He's 11 now. His name's Wyatt. And
that's right, Wyatt.
Yeah, so I could be wrong on my numbers, but yeah, I'm under impression, his father's been flying, his whole life as a kid. So he probably started kiting as early as 6, if I had to guess. But
yeah,
so I mean, you got to learn those basic skills first. But we got Brooke Sheffield in the house, the PPG Pirate, and he is Sean's instructor, Red Pill Paramotor. And I was just showing him some videos earlier of his first launch and landing. Brooke, you want to jump in, talk about the experience of training them all?
Oh yeah. Can you guys hear me all right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Great. Well, again, I missed the first little intro, so I'm not sure if I'm repeating anything. But Sean signed up for a training at Carolina PPG, which is who I train for, in addition to my own company. And he was lucky enough to be the only person who signed up for that week. So
one-on-one, baby.
so basically, he got me and Brian all to himself, and we had a couple of day classers throughout the week that came and went. But basically, for an entire week, me and Brian and Sean and Sean's family got to hang out at the Rockingham Airport, which is in North Carolina, just east of Charlotte. It was a wonderful location, perfect for training. And Sean showed up just, ready to give 1,000,000%. I've got to say, I've probably had 20 plus students in this year. And Sean was by far the most outgoing and positive and just go-getter type. And that actually matched up with his kind of existing skill set that allowed him to really just come in and he just absorbed everything really quick. He's got some fixed winged experience that really played into just his ability to make sense of the sky and the bigger picture. And so it was a huge pleasure to train him. I feel almost at some points he was training me. That's how good he was. He was nailing it. It was also a great opportunity for me to be able to hand over the reins to Brian for a little bit. So, at my school and who I train with, we have assistant instructors. Not everybody's an instructor licensed, but
Instructor Waller.
Yeah. Brian's been helping out with a few, and this was one where I was super confident halfway through the week to basically allow Brian to handle all the flight stuff with Sean. And I mean, Brian will speak to it. Sean was nailing touch and goes, spot landings. He was basically the pilot in command and in charge the whole time. So as an instructor, when you get a student like that, it's almost like cheating. I almost felt like I didn't even have to work for it. So I'm just really blessed to have such a great student, and to see his family so excited. His kids were so cool. His partner was amazing. Everybody got to do a tandem. It just couldn't have been a better situation. I was so ecstatic to just enjoy training and people that week. So I was just happy. It was a great experience. I can't wait to see him in the spring to hopefully get the kids up and everybody else. But yeah, just a real pleasure training.
John, I'd have to add that it sounds like you're kind of a natural, because there's not too many people who could repeatedly land on their feet the first couple of times. And I mean, a lot of people it takes. I mean, I remember myself when I was first training, it took me a good 20 landings before, I was able to land on my feet and stay up. So you've acquired some skills along the way.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's multi-sport stuff. At Paramotor, there's so many relatable bits from other activities, whether it is biking or climbing. It's the muscle memory, and like I mentioned essay earlier, like that situational awareness. Being able to, I've spent so much time in environments where you make a wrong move and you die, that you can't slip up. So like Brooke was talking about the attention. Like I am a sponge, especially when it comes to stuff like this. Like I just wanted to learn everything I could possibly learn so that I could hopefully set myself up for success and get flying. Like I want to do kind of thing, but I want to make sure that I'm not putting my family in a scary place by hurting myself,
So for everybody that's listening, Sean is an incredible student, and he's going to be an incredible pilot. But he's not perfect. He makes a mistake here. This is his second launch ever.
So I'm running. I sit down too early. Oop, dip, catch. Yeah.
But you know what? If that's the worst mistake you make in your first 10 launches.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
My first 10 launches were very expensive.
Really?
$300 a prop per launch or what?
Yeah, on average.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, my time's gonna come. Trust me. I mean, it's gonna come.
Yeah, my landings weren't pretty my first 20, but I was kind of fortunate. I had a super strong cage. The motor was really heavy, but I got to tell you that the cartwheels that I did on some of my landings, thank God my cage was that strong, or I'd be paying.
Yeah.
There's a question in the chat from Tony Marzano. Does skydiving have something to do with him landing the wing, handling the wing before landing? You do have a skydiving background as well, right?
So yes, it's been a long time. But and this was like, it started when my dad, it was that whole thing of pushing me out of the plane. So
Yeah. Go ahead and tell us about being pushed out of a plane. Might as well tell the story.
okay, so I mean, I've already kind of prefaced this bit where my dad was a flight instructor, B-52 pilot, like flying. He grew up in Civil Air Patrol, like just flying. Planes is his thing. One of his favorite things was upset attitude. So like doing acrobatic stuff, doing just any sort of acro was his shtick. So there's a big hang up where I couldn't join him on any of those outings. You know, it was something he really wanted to share, but I couldn't join him if I didn't fit into a chute. And for years, he just kept saying, as soon as you fit, we're going, as soon as you fit. And then it's like, all right, well, I fit. So what are we going to do? It's like, so basically puts me into the whole bit. Like I had no idea how things are supposed to fit. I'm just like, Dad, take care of this for me. And our friend Tom Teller had a 182 and he met us at the airport. My dad was suited up too. We get in the back, there's no seats, just the two up front. And he's like, all right, we're going to do this. And I'm thinking the whole time, like, do this. Like, we're going to, how a 182 does acro and there's no seats in this kind of thing. And it's like, as soon as we get on the taxiway, because I'm kind of putting it together that we're not doing what I thought. He's like, no, we're jumping out. You got to know how to use this before we can do it, not just fit in it. So we get in the air. I'm basically peeing my pants because I had never done anything like this. And as many crazy height-based activities, even paramotoring that I do, I am afraid of heights. Like big time. There's certain things that I can't deal with buildings very well. Like I hate getting next to the windows of huge buildings and towers. Like there's certain things that just really get me going. And looking out the edge of the plane without a door in it, like being able to see down 14,000 feet with nothing underneath me, like not knowing how this thing on my back works. You know, my dad's talking me through it. We did a little bit of ground school kind of stuff on the way up, but basically his big thing was he's holding on to me. We're jumping out together and just gonna make it happen. And we get up to 14,000 feet and he's like, all right, sit down. I'm getting down in front of him, kind of like we were in a tandem, but I wasn't strapped to him. And he just bear hugged me right out of the plane as I screamed and like, I lost my mind. I'm really surprised I actually didn't piss my pants. So going down, my dad's bear hugging me, he's just holding on to my harness the whole time until we get down to about 12,000 feet until he pulls the chute and talking me through it the whole way. I mean, it was talk about throwing you to the wolves. Like this is something that I probably at this day and age, I would be picked up by police for. Like that's not the kind of thing that's okay to do anymore. So anyway, first time in a chute scared the crap out of me, but it was also really neat, you know, being able to have that kind of feeling. And when the chute opened, that compression and like just sense of G's was really, really exciting. And the free fall, I'd say maybe the last second of it went by so fast I barely remembered, but it also just had this really addictive feeling to it. So it's something that I wanted to do a bit. I didn't really get back into it until college. And then I went through this advanced free fall training in Orange, Massachusetts, at a place called Jumptown. And then jumped in with them, made it like a couple of jumps a weekend kind of thing. And I was also accumulating hours in their Twin Otter that they had because it was a easy way to get free hours. Yeah, I had a little bit of that experience. And then I also did a lot of kiting. So like kite boarding, which is a different kind of kite. It's a different kind of foil. So I've got a fair amount of experience. I mean, about 15 years doing kite boarding and snow kiting or mountain kiting, where we would ski up mountains with big kites, big kites. They're not big compared to these things, but like a 15-meter kite would be the biggest that we'd use. And, it was a pretty regular thing. So that feeling that translates to the way that you control the wing in the air, it definitely is relatable. It translates for sure. So like the ground kiting, for people that are interested in doing it, it's like ground kite, ground kite, ground kite, ground kite. Like get used to it and feel it for real. And it was tough for me at first because I was so anxious to want to get in the air, but it really solidified the dramatic need to do the ground school component of kiting, and like you're constantly refreshing. I mean, I've been kiting almost every other, like any opportunity that I can, because my wing's in my car. So like I always put it back and forth in my car so that whenever I go somewhere, if the weather's good, that I can at least play. But it 100% skydiving or kiting of any sort translated pretty well to that feeling that you get of control. So yeah, I don't know if that answers the question. Sorry, I might have been long-winded, but
that's what we got you here for.
Absolutely. And what was the question?
Your dad sure loves you, Sean, because he did pull the strap.
That's right. Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
My
Dad
mom
loves
had
you.
no idea. Like when I got home and I'm all ecstatic about what we just did, she's like, "What?" Like freaked out. She had no clue. My daughter, I'm probably slept on the couch for that week, I'm sure, but yeah, I definitely. My dad passed away a number of years ago, but flying was our thing. Like that was what we did. 4 or 5 times a week, just go hit the pattern, try to stay current, get up. I mean, he had cancer for a lot of years, so he lost his medical. I don't know, for about 5 years before he passed away. So it's just like every day, go pick up, like early morning. All right, we're going to do treatments, and we're going to come home, do the thing, and then we're going flying. Like we'd go up to this place to get ice cream in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, and it's called Kimball's. So we just go fly, and it's like we'd always say, "Oh, well, we got to go get gas, and it's cheaper in Jaffrey." So we go fly and hang out and do our thing together, and it makes me think. I mean, this is part of that bit of like why I want to get my kids into this, or why I want to at least give them the opportunity. I'm not forcing them to do this, but why I want to open up the doorway to this experience with them is because it was so formidable for me. Like the building the relationship with my father, relatable, translatable skills and life experiences that, I mean, they're priceless. It's like
what would he say now?
To be lived. So
what would he say now if he saw you flying a paramotor?
Honestly, I mean, he had mixed feelings about parachutes. Like the jumping out, when we jumped out, was one of the things that he didn't love, because he got hit pretty hard when he was in flight school, when he was going through that training. So he would question mark pretty big at first until he saw it for real. Because I mean, like the idea of getting the boys up, I mean, he would be all for it. He'd be sitting there in his wheelchair if he had to. He'd be coming no matter what to be able to participate and see all of us getting up in the air for sure. And he was really big proponent of getting kids up in the air, like the Young Eagles program and like the idea of aviation at a young age, to either create a career, like a career, alternative career, or just to open up eyes to, there's so many kids that don't leave their towns. They don't leave their rooms. It's like the bubble's so small. Whereas Paramotor it's around the world. There's community. I mean, shoot, we're all talking from so many different places right now, and we all have some serious common connections, even as a newbie myself, that we can relate and connect over. And, relationships are paramount in life, and these activities that we do ultimately just develop relationships. So, I mean, he'd be all about it. That's it. He would definitely bust on me for the wing, because it doesn't have aluminum in it, and and it doesn't have a like a jet or something at this point. But he was a bit of a speed demon, to say the least.
I can see a new YouTube channel starting right now that will probably just blow it away. Sean Ashcraft, flying paramotors, teaching my kids how to fly. And if you were to kind of halfway document the training process of you getting your kids up in the air, man, there's a lot of people that would like to see that. I guarantee you.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
I 100% intend to document all of it.
We did have a question in the super chat that asked you, I forgot, I think it was Bill H. I don't remember. He said, where are your social media links? How do we get up with you? So, Sean.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and that's something I got to say, like I moved to Vermont 7 years ago, not from too far away, but when I moved up here, I kind of melted away from social media. Like big life change. I didn't have internet for a long time. Cell phones didn't work here. Like this is stuff that is all kind of back. I mean, it's weird thinking that that's reality, but we just got internet again up here. Or not again, but we just got internet for, well, it's DSL, so it's nothing special, but we just got internet here. So I'm getting back into it is what I got to say. So when COVID hit, I actually had just planned to get back into it. And I was planning on doing 21 countries in 2021. It was a big thing. I just wanted to go travel. So I put my Instagram handle is Wandering Pan. And that's something that I think is linked there. So Sean, if you just look me up, it would be at Wandering Pan for Instagram. And then my full name is Sean C. Ashcraft. So Facebook, I think, is Sean-C Ashcraft on Facebook. So
What was it on Facebook again, Sean?
so that's my old one. Tofu Curtain's my old one. That was more of a joke because of where we live. But Wandering Pan is what is the active one. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That one. So I just started getting back into it. I haven't done much. I basically grouped all of my old photos together from a bunch of the expeditions that I did. It doesn't have everything, but I started putting my my high altitude mountaineering stuff that was in there when I was doing all of my guiding. So they're kind of grouped in photos, which is why there's only 6 posts. But come the next couple of weeks, I mean, really by Christmas, I just got us a new GoPro, and both my kids just got phones so they can video and take photos of all the stuff that we're doing. So it's, the intention is there. We just have to start getting days where it's not snowing outside right now.
John, where in Vermont are you?
I'm in southern Vermont, so I'm in Brattleboro, Vermont, like right on the border. We're only like 20 miles over the border.
The border from what? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
From Alabama.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was really border.
New Hampshire.
Massachusetts, New Hampshire. Okay, all right.
We're right on the
Gotcha.
corner. Yeah. So
We're trying to find out who's
River Valley. It's a really gorgeous place. I mean, it's Green Mountain style. So we've got, it's pretty much all forest. It's super rural. Brattleboro is the only hub for an hour and something. Like there's not much else around. But I mean, and like there's not tons of fields. We do have some, like there are some LZs, but you know, we're starting to explore. We're fortunate to be able to take off and land from home. But outside of that, it's not really easy to find a whole heck of a lot of places that aren't going to have a ton of rotor. I mean, there's not a lot of space, and the hills are everywhere. So
yeah, Matt Wachowski's in the chat. He's up there. He's mainly paramotors. He's up there in Maine. You met him during your training. He came down in his van.
Totally,
and,
yeah.
He says, "What's up?" There's also another guy in New Jersey that you might have heard of, Tucker Gott. I don't know. He's too far away from you. You can always go fly with him.
I've watched some of his videos.
He saw the McDonald's video. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has 1 or 2 videos out there.
Okay.
He's that one of the small YouTubers. You may not have even have heard of him.
Yeah, how do you spell Tucker again?
Tucker
Yeah.
what? Tucker who?
Tucker what? Hey,
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to connect with it. So if anybody has any connections, I mean, I'd love to. I mean, I'll drive, hang out, fly, whatever. I mean, it'd be great. So I'd be really excited to make any connections that people would have.
if you
Well,
haven't done so already, make sure.
My family's from Massachusetts and New Hampshire, so I'd love to come up there and fly with you sometime.
Oh, heck yeah, absolutely. I would love that.
There you go. Cole started it out. He's been flying
Exactly.
for like 10 years in paramotors. These buddies grew up in the neighborhood with Jeff going there. And so, yeah, man, when I was talking to you in the pre-show, and one of the things you said that you liked most about this sport was the community, man. And I just have to back you on that, because everybody's going to have your back. I mean, in person, it's pretty much all positive. Occasionally hear some negative stuff online, but people battling back and forth. But for the most part, this is one of the most supportive communities you're going to come across. All good folks.
It does feel that way. Like hanging out with Brooke after training, the social bit of it. Like, I mean, you can't always fly. You show up and you've got to wait potentially, or you're going to hang out. Like it just leaves so much opportunity for the social connection in there. It was really great. Everybody that we met, like when we met Will, everybody is super, super friendly, super welcoming. And I definitely second that. Like there's a lot of things that I do, or a lot of other sports that I've been involved with, that people are like, they don't want anything to do with you because they don't want to share the secrets, or they don't want you stepping on their turf, or they, whatever. Like there's reason. But
hunters, fishermen, they don't want to tell you about their honey holes, but
yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, it's totally different. I mean, it's really been awesome. Really been awesome. Everybody's just been so friendly and so welcoming.
Yeah, you mentioned Will rolling in at North Carolina when you met him with all his people. I've never met Will without his entourage with him. I mean, people.
Oh, come on, bro.
People follow Will around everywhere. He's always got a group.
Okay, for those listening, he's not telling the truth.
He is telling the truth, actually.
I'm one of the Will groupies.
Will even has his own .com, willflyppg.com. I mean, nobody else has that, just he does.
Thanks to Sean Symons, a PPG grandpa. I wouldn't have had it if it weren't for you.
Do you want to say anything? You want to talk about the Paramotor?
Hey, it is rolling up on 8:00. How about we do something that we haven't done in a while and give away a free t-shirt? JP, are you able to do a spinning wheel, or do we want to try a different way of winning something?
I don't know. It's just so time consuming.
All right, so
he has that. Let's do a question or something like we did, or you
Yeah.
got another idea.
All right, so let's go ahead and go through the super chat and say hello to everybody real quick. Walter from Australia, Deweese Milstead, Bill H, Daniel Arush is in the house. Tony Marzano, he's got that blue wrench, so if you say anything bad, he's going to put you in timeout. Eric PPG Lear from ppglear.com, that's Lear. DP's in the house. What's up, buddy? Got who else as we're scrolling down here? Man, lots of people are talking. We got Michael. He's one of my students. He took his first flight. Glad that you're here, buddy. And you're ppgpoohbear.com, aren't you? So if you haven't checked out ppgpoohbear.com, you might want to check him out. DP dropped $10 in the super chat. We appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Mad Sloper is in the super chat also. I think he had a question, but I can't find it. Paramotor Girl. Don't forget to go over to paramotorgirl.com. You can find her every Wednesday night. Let's see. Walter again. Nick Griffith is in the house. Matt Sloper again. JP Tulo. Will Fly, lots of chatting. We definitely appreciate everyone that has been here chatting in the super chat. Matt Sloper said, I think Sean's kid flying PG first would be better as a flying foundation. There's something interesting. Have you thought about having your kids doing free flight before going and putting on a motor yet?
I have thought about it. I mean, there are a few places up here that would make that kind of accessible. So it is something that we've toyed around with that during like for winter months, like something to do up here. There's a place called the Scutney Mountain, which is pretty common. And then there's also it's sort of hit or miss because they don't necessarily like when people come unless you're taking classes, but there's a place in Claremont, New Hampshire. It's a Kitty Hawk extension. So they do have some instruction stuff. But I think there's a changeover in who's running it right now, who the director is there. They haven't been very responsive, unfortunately, when I've called to ask what they have for like availability with their facilities, not necessarily instruction. So,
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, absolutely. Learning the wing, being able to take one part of the equation out of the learning process or creating as much familiarity around it will definitely be setting them up for success. So I mean, whether it's kiting or free flight, even just on some really little things is 100% something that we're going to shoot for. And we have to wait a while. I don't know exactly when our motors are going to get here. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it might be in the spring. I have no idea. So we'll be motorless for the kids until they arrive. So we'll definitely have to find ways.
Gotcha.
So did I hear you've already ordered motors for them?
Well, Darren, I mean, I've told him, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I haven't necessarily given any money yet, but
They're being spec'd out right now. We've got pictures of what's being built for some other customers. And as soon as Miguel over at Power to Fly can clear his plate for a second and focus on these new builds, it sounds like he should be able to crank them out no problem before spring, 100%.
Oh, cool. Good. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. It's a first world problem, right? Like it will come.
So, yeah. Nick Griffith in the chat, he's a smaller gentleman and he mentioned something about having a small frame that he might can hook you up with. So,
cool. Okay.
I mentioned I would have mentioned it. So Nick Griffith, he's in North Carolina. He's friends with Brooke, so we can put you in touch.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need three more. So however we get them.
I'm not sure how much Nick weighs, but I didn't think about that. He's flying the Parajet Maverick with the Atom 80 motor.
Nick, I bet would be under 100 pounds.
Yeah, I think he's got several different frames too. I've seen some stuff on Facebook, I think, but
he does.
Yeah, my let's see, Oliver. So my 12-year-old is 88 pounds, I believe. So it's like just under 90 pounds right now. Yeah, and my 10-year-old is just over 60 pounds. So he's quite a bit lighter, but
gonna have to fatten him up a little bit.
I tried tonight. I filled him with so much sushi and mochi ice cream.
Yum. That sounds so
these
good.
kids run around. It's like it's outside play all the time. So it's so hard to give them enough calories that they're going to actually gain weight.
Yeah.
So
Nick weighs 112.
Oh, does he? Okay. So I guess pretty much.
For the top 80.
Yeah.
Well, what was that? Oh,
Perfect for a top 80.
I
Absolutely.
think he has the top 80. I think that's one that Nick flies.
Yeah, top 80 or Atom 80. He definitely has an 80. All right. Let's go ahead and run through. I think there's a couple other people. Jim, CR120, John Wayne. And that probably was it. Anybody else in here that I missed as far as shouting out to everybody? Oh, Aaron I, the PPG guy. Okay. Mainly Paramotors is in the house too. He jumped in. What's up? Let's see. Anybody else that I missed?
Jackie's Burton.
Jackie's Burn. Yep. Kent Stamey. Daniel Roosh. I think we got everybody. All right. So we got about 29 people that are watching. We got 16 likes. We want to give away a shirt. Likes definitely help us out. So we appreciate you. And since they don't show dislikes, hey, you can dislike us. It doesn't make any difference. It's good for our metrics. So we're going to give away one shirt, and we're going to figure out how we're going to give that shirt away. Oh, PPG Pirate's in the house too, and he's on the panel. That's awesome. What's up, guys? All right. how are we going to do this?
We come up with a question related to our guest,
Okay, that sounds good.
something that he has talked about.
Okay, so real quick, everybody, I'll give you 30 seconds. Refresh your screen to make sure that you are here with us in real time. That way, you know, you're not like a minute behind or 30 seconds behind. And where'd it go? Am I here? What
No.
happened? My internet just shut down. What
It's
happened?
fine on this end.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh, it's restart to update. It must have downloaded a new update for my Firefox and it wants to update my browser. Close tabs. I don't think I can close tabs. What? Why is it doing this? Sign in. I don't want to sign in. I can't even get to where I was. Close tabs. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Are you there? Okay. Whew. Well, I'm glad that I was having my issues when everybody else was updating their or refreshing their browser. Okay, everybody refreshed? I hope so. It is 8:00. How long can you chat with us, Sean?
I'm open. I mean, it's all right. I can hang out for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to, let's see. Anybody have a question that you think would be good to ask everybody and win a t-shirt? Did anybody have a question that we should ask? Anything?
I got one.
Okay.
I think that he mentioned it in the show, not just a pre-show.
Look at our,
JP's got something going on.
yeah,
Let's
look
check this
at,
out.
yeah. What do you think? Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Hang on.
So for you that are listening to us, we have a Zoom chat and we are looking at our private chat. So we came up with a good question, a couple good questions. I like that one the best. I like that one.
That's
No, he
good.
mentioned it in the pre-show.
That's
I don't
good.
know.
And we talked about that before too. I like that one the best. I even put that in our show notes.
That's gooder. I like that. Is that a word?
But I didn't put, well, maybe I did. I don't know. All right, guys. So the question is, get ready. At what age, and whoever puts it first in the chat that we can see wins a t-shirt. At what age did Sean's dad push him out of an airplane? Well, the first time that we know about, that we talked about today. All right, so there we go. It takes a second for them to hear us because we got a slight delay.
Tony
Hey,
Marzon.
There we go.
Tony got it.
Tony got it 16. Angela said 15. Nick said 12. Eric said 27 flights. JP said 49. Bill 8 said 14. Mainly Paramotor said 7. Matt Sloper said 16.
Yep.
JP Tool said 11.
No, 11, whatever that
11.
17.
Daniel Roosh said 12. Aaron I said 18. And a couple of people are asking for the Zoom code. It's on our PPG it's on ClearPropTV guest chat. You guys know
Go.
it. Walter
16
said 16
was the correct answer, is it not, Sean?
16 is the correct answer, and the first one
16 is it?
that I see.
I mean Sean, not Grandpa. My bad.
16. Yeah, 16 was it. That's I didn't get closer. It was the summer of my 16 year of age.
Oh.
16 kicked out of a plane, huh?
That's awesome. So, let's see. We got a lot of people that answer that. Let me see if I can do something here.
Walter got it right from down under.
Well, he was upside down, so he actually said 61, but it came up 16, so it did work out.
By the way, Nick Griffith says, congrats on 99 episodes, Sean, our grandpa.
Oh, yes.
99th episode of ClearPropTV.
Absolutely. Which reminds me, next week on the 13th, that's our 100th anniversary, our 100th episode, which means anybody that was on the show that's still part of the ClearPropTV guest chat, you can come on and let's all talk about our experiences with paramotors next Monday. So everyone is invited. If you have not been on the show and would like to jump on and talk about paramotors, make sure you go to paramomusa.com. Talk to Linda Anderson. Tell her that you want to be on the show Monday, the 13th of December. Is it really December already? Where'd the time go? Where'd this year go? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm excited about next week.
I'm
going to be busy all week, just, reminding people or whatever, the guys, and, just message them and say, hey, jump on Monday, our 100th show, and we'll get a bunch of people on Monday.
Hey, Tony. Yeah, absolutely. We need everybody that we need. Everybody jump on next Monday. We need everybody. Tony Marzano, text me at 501-548-9626. And let me get your information so I can send you that t-shirt. We got 28 viewers and 20 likes. If we can get that 20 likes up to 25, let's give away another shirt.
Ooh. Kept hitting on like and then like, on like, then like, and it didn't work. So.
I know, it just goes to 1920, 1920. Oh, we got 21. Okay, let's get it to 25. And if that means you got to jump on your other YouTube channels and hit like on this one, I guess we just got to do it.
That's legal.
Yeah, it's legal.
But is it ethical?
It's a paramotor podcast. I don't care. Chris Fenmore just jumped on. Don't forget to hit like, Chris, because we're going to be giving away another t-shirt. We're up to 23. We just need 2 more. We'll give away another t-shirt. Hey, and also, Tony, make sure you let me know what size t-shirt you have or you need.
Kent Stamey just dropped $5 in the super chat.
What's up, Kent? Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you.
Cool. Thank you, Chatter, so much. I appreciate y'all.
And remember, you can go to kentstamey.com and watch his paramotor shenanigans. How do we go from... Oh, okay, we're up to 23 now. I think somebody unliked and hit like again.
Yeah, my trick.
24.
Okay, we're up to 24.
25.
One more.
You got it.
Woo!
Hey,
I see 23. What happened?
I see
I see a different number every time y'all say something. I look, I see a different number. I don't know what it is.
Flashing. Like the stock market.
I saw
If you
23.
dislike, does it make it go down?
If you dislike it, goes, well,
There it goes, 25.
it won't go up. I see
John
20.
Wayne dropped $10 in the super chat. Appreciate
John
you.
Wayne, thank you, buddy. Appreciate
Hey,
that.
cowboy.
Right on, John.
Hey,
Thank you.
I gotta say, man, I got to go to 2 different classes. Sean was the November class. I'm working on a video for the October class, and then I'm going to do the November one. Getting to work with Brooke and Waylon and Scott as instructors at Carolina PPG was just a true cool experience, man. These people, all they do is they want to promote sport. They want to help others get into it safely and get proper training. And to see people come there and be successful. Sean, I think, is an exceptional student. Not many people do that well right off the bat. Most people, I would say, are probably going to struggle a little bit more to get into the air the first time. But being part of that and seeing that, man, I appreciate y'all. Brooke, you and Darren, man, I appreciate you giving me that opportunity, and meet people like Sean is really just what it's about in this sport. It makes me really want to get into teaching people,
Right on.
Darren's in the chat too.
Speaking
awesome.
Carolina PPG, Darren Lockley. Yeah, he's in the chat. Shout out to him.
Woo!
PPG and Red Pill Paramotor. Boop, boop.
Yeah, we had some good training. Brooke and I both trained at Aviator, and we had probably some of the best training you can get out there. And but not everybody can afford or has the time to go to a 2-week class and can afford that. And so there are other options out there. You know, Sean, when you signed up with Carolina PPG as a week-long class, and
Yeah.
how many flights did you leave there with?
I left there with 24 flights.
You know, you had a 1-on-1 ratio with an instructor.
Oh,
Really?
so-
True. Because you were there.
2-on-1.
It was a 3-way.
Hey, some
Yeah.
things are not meant for YouTube. Okay, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it
Oh.
really was phenomenal. And I know that environment is not normal. You know, the October class, I was supposed to go to that class too. And there was a number more folks, and I definitely, in so many ways, lucked out to be one-on-one. But, you know, Brian and Brooke are also phenomenal instructors. Like, yeah, I'm bringing some experience with me from some other things, but they're the ones that are able to, you know, well, the instructors, it's paramount. Like, I might have these skills that I brought with me, but they were able to connect the dots and speak to me in a language that I could understand and relate to. And they made it easy. You know, like, they brought together the questions. Like, they would recognize things that I would have no idea to think about asking about, or if I'm asking a question, it might not be necessarily the exact language to get to where I'm trying to go, but they pick up on that, and they know that. Like, they're able to identify the nuances in what I'm doing, the things that are causing frustration in my process, to make it more enjoyable, because they have the experience and they have the knowledge. And I mean, Brooke and Brian, phenomenal instructors. I mean, it's like, this is another one of those dad things. Like, I'm bringing my kids back to these two men. Like, I want these guys teaching my kids, you know, like, I trust them immensely. So, you know, they've got the skills and they share those skills, and it is incredibly important. I feel like I spent a lot of time like waiting on my opportunity to fly while I was watching some YouTube stuff. And the idea of teaching yourself, I think, is like, it's totally doable. Sure, people do it, but getting instruction, paramount. Like, you really take the time, make the time, save up money, wait a couple extra months, if that's what it takes, to go and learn and get instruction. For sure. Even if it is like even a la carte style. I mean, I have no idea what other options there are necessarily, but I am a big advocate in the teaching and the education component. So don't rush it. Go find an instructor.
John, just curious, how did you locate your instructor? Was it just based on referrals, or did you go to a certain website or anything to locate them?
Yeah. So that's a good question. So I actually got my Maverick from Alan from Carolina PPG. So I found that, I mean, I had been perusing Facebook Marketplace for months, trying to learn and figure out what's right. And I bumped into him, you know, unit seemed good, price seemed good, started talking and connected dots. And, you know, it's like, I live in Vermont. I drove to North Carolina because I trust these people, you know, and it's really important to work with reputable folks. And I just jumped in head first into Carolina PPG because I trusted them and their process and their business, and you know, the honesty in the reality of what I was getting from Alan. You know, like, he really wanted to make sure that I was getting something that was appropriate, you know, not just like a here you go, make it work kind of thing. You know, the question marks were there of whether or not it made sense for me to actually give him my money. And that was huge for me. And I got his unit, his Maverick. And I had to wait, like I got it in probably April, and I waited until November to take the course because I wanted to make sure that I was being safe about it. And I also committed to doing it with Carolina PPG, and Red Pill Paramotor with Brooke was contracted by Carolina PPG to teach the class. And I mean, man, I can't imagine it any other way. Like, it was really phenomenal. So Brooke is working with Carolina PPG to do their classes. And I mean, it just kind of fell into place. Now, after I've taken the class, now I know about Para-Yelp, and I know about some of the other things that I think are really important. So there are ways to be able to rate your instructors and or share reviews and be able to look at different options so that, you know, you're able to find somebody that's a good fit, you know. But I kind of fell into it just because of my unit, for sure.
Gotcha. Resurgence PPG's in the house and ask if we can start over because he just got here.
Yeah, okay.
Good thing about this, it's recorded. Hit rewind. But if you guys don't know, please go over to Resurgence PPG and say hi to them. Really good people. Balin the dog's in the house said that let me go scroll back up real quick. You drive for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, and you binge listen to us. So we appreciate you listening to us. Absolutely. I put my cell phone number in the chat. So if you don't have my cell phone number, go ahead and put it in the chat and hit me up if you want. Also, we have something on here saying we should probably do a show on used gear and info about gear. So maybe that's something that we can do in the future also. We got 26 likes, which means that we're going to give away one more t-shirt, and then we're going to go to the after show. Is that cool with everybody?
Yeah, man, this hour and 17 minutes really flew by quick, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Sure did.
We've had some shows that went from 4 or 5 hours, I think, back in the day. That's really long. But hey, for those of you who drive a semi truck and want to binge watch or listen to people talk about paramotors, this is the way to go. All right, so we come up with a really good question about this show or Sean. Okay, here we go. Sean, oh, and if you haven't, hit refresh so you're right here, right on time. So hit that refresh button on your browser. We'll wait for 30 seconds and then we'll ask you the question. So while they're doing that, let's come up with a question. I think I got a pretty good question. Let me go ahead and talk to the chat here real quick.
Todd Scandrett saying, "Hey, Sean, I just got here." So I think that's pretty much saying, "Hey, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to answer your question and get my free shirt or not."
Well, all right. So,
David Wolf's in the house now.
what's up, Dave? Good to see you. All right. So the question to answer to win a free t-shirt, I hope everybody refreshed their browser and we're all up on the same page right now. How about this? There. For those of you who are listening, I just asked a question, and what should the correct answer be? Go ahead and put what the correct answer should be, and the first person that gets that, and then we'll say it in just a minute.
They do. You typed it in the Zoom chat, not the.
Right. For just us, what do you think that? Right. So what should the actual?
Yeah, that should be.
Just
Okay.
us?
Yeah, the last.
So you
one.
want me to say the answer?
No.
No. We're figuring out the question to ask people. Come on, Jim.
Hey, Brooke, can you chime in on this Zoom chat question?
I don't know where to see that.
Okay.
Just
Go to
do
the
it. It's
three
a
little
great
bubbles,
question.
like the three dots on the top right. I just figured it out too.
Okay, you know what? Those we'll take both of those. What do you think? Actually, all three of those, right?
Yeah.
The two.
Think-
Is it three?
We'll take both those answers. Is that good? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it really is both.
Okay. All right, guys. So sorry. We're trying to make sure we don't have the spinning wheel of winning things. So we're trying to come up with a good question that all you would know the answer to this because you're smart, and we just want to make sure that we have both of the answers that we will take. All right. So here's the question, guys. Ready? Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and type it in the chat. That way you can see it as I'm saying it. And if you are a little bit behind, then no big deal. All right, so get ready, guys. The question is, what school did Sean learn to fly? And I just put that in the chat as I said it.
I heard it and read it at the same time.
Yep.
Sales Chancy.
Nick
Super
Griffith.
training.
Nick
I was trained
Griffith.
by God. Man.
Looks like Nick
mainly.
Griffith got it.
He's-
So
Yep.
I see Carolina PPG from Nick Griffith right after Del Shanzi. Or Sel Shanzi? I guess he didn't want to say Del. Okay.
Actually,
He corrected it.
That's right. Nick got
Oh,
it.
I just mistyped it.
Chris Fenmore says, Sean who?
Todd Scandrett says, what is Carolina PPG? Hey, Todd, they gave me a shirt, bro. Check it out.
Yeah, and matching shoes too.
Yeah.
Say
And
what?
socks and
Correct.
underwear, but you'll never see that.
I want one of those underwears, man. That sounds awesome.
Whitey tighties.
Oh yeah, said Sean who. Chris Fenmore said Sean who. Sean the guest, not Sean the host. Too many Seans.
Shanzi.
It's funny watching this super student. Ha ha ha. Purple pill paramotor.
Purple pill.
So yeah. So
That's Matt messing with Brooke. All right.
yeah. So we said that we would take purple pill or Carolina PPG, right?
Red pill.
Pill.
Yeah, they're just messing with me with the purple.
Oh, are they?
It's really
Well,
the
see-
rainbow flag pill.
Well, see, we would have taken the purple pill or the red pill.
I don't know.
Apparently, the answer needs to be in the form of a question, according to research. Too
Matt
much Jeopardy, man.
Sloper said one up. All
I think I
right.
saw Andrew Fuller in there somewhere too. So if you learned how to fly paramotor at an SIV clinic, you might have skipped a step or two. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bunch.
Nick.
Yeah, congratulations, Nick. We got a lot of people that all of a sudden jumped in. We got Resurgence PPG jumped in. Angela Preslick has been chatting. Tony Marzano, David Wolf is in the house. Walter, Bill H, Chris Fenmore, Pirate. So we got a lot of people that jumped in here. That's awesome. Yes, no? Who's yes, no? I don't know that there's a new one. Yes, no. Well, welcome, yes, no. Flat top, I think you're wrong. Anybody else that's brand new? Balin the dog. DP.
32 watching and 28 thumbs up.
Wow, that is
Nice.
awesome. I know, and we just gave away two shirts. So Tony Marzano won the first one. Nick Griffith won the second one. If you guys don't have my phone number, it's 501-548-9626. Text me. Let me know who you are.
309.
Oh, so close, right? Text me, Tony. Text me, Nick Griffith. Text me. Let me know your shirt size and the address you want me to send it to. This has been a really fun Paramotor podcast. Do we want to invite people on and do a after show, or just what do we want to do, guys? Who in the super chat wants to join us and do an after show? Who in the panel needs to go because it is 8:25?
I gotta go.
Has to go
I need to drop out too.
All right.
Me too.
hang out.
Well, whoever needs to go, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Sean, you can hang with us for a little bit, you said?
Yeah, I can hang for a bit.
All
I
right.
got a few more minutes.
All right. So we're going to do an after show. So if anybody wants to, that's in the super chat, I will drop the Zoom user ID and passcode. And JP's got to go, right?
We lost him on video already.
Oh, bummer.
Sorry.
Oh, well,
There he
thank
is.
you. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Who's got to leave?
I'll stay. I'll hang out. I changed my mind.
JP with his hand up. All right.
Yeah, I'm
Video
gonna stay.
JP, video JP, video JP.
We're not
I
going
think
to hang out. We're not going to hang out very long. Maybe just
Okay.
about another 30 minutes, and that's it. Because I got to get up early.
Hey,
So
no pressure, but Todd Scandrett better jump on because I heard him talking about a blue pill, and I want to hear about this blue pill that keeps him up.
What?
Oh Lord.
Well, they call it resurgence. It's a restart.
Dude.
Ay, ay, ay.
I see what you did there.
Is this blue pill paramotor? Like,
Oh yeah.
It's all about power and posture, right? So
posture.
Actually, he says, "Good night, ladies and Sean."
Ow. All right. So thank you very much for joining us tonight on ClearPropTV Paramotor Podcast. We are going to be doing an after show. So if you want to stay here and listen to us, you're more than welcome to. If you want to jump on, we're going to go ahead and put that information into the super chat. Sean, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Wow. Being pushed out of an aircraft. I think that Sean Ashcraft being pushed out of an aircraft. I love it. That's like the best story I think I've heard for the last 2 years, last 2 seasons. So thank you so much, Sean, for joining us tonight.
thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. I look forward to running into you all at some point somewhere in the world.
Just not while flying.
Yeah, I was just saying, don't run into me while flying. Maybe touch a tip or something, but don't run into us.
Sean, I found you on Instagram.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh.
Thanks.
You'll see.
I'll take a look at that.
Do I
And,
know her? Will I let her follow me?
Yeah, I'm excited to start adding content. It's definitely that's the next big thing to get into this winter as the snow really starts to fall up here in Vermont is learning how to be online. Oh my goodness. There's so many skills I need to learn.
Yeah, and
that'll give
definitely
you
do a
plenty of
YouTube
time to
channel.
learn. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely going to do that with my boys. Get the whole, basically the whole process. I'm planning on having the process from A to Z until we get down to see Brooke again come this spring. And hopefully at that point, I'll be able to continue adding as long as it's okay with Brooke. Keep adding to it during training and follow the whole bit until family's in the sky. So that's the plan.
That's exciting.
There's a lot of people that like to see that. I mean, because there's a lot of people that are have kids and like to see their kids get into the sport.
Absolutely.
I think that you'd have a big following, man, if you document it.
I'll follow. I'll even hit that little bell notification.
Woohoo!
His kids are awesome too. Like they're just rad little kids, man. They're gonna be good pilots. They're gonna be just like their dad. They're good, man.
Ripping around on one wheels. It's all about a paramotor and one wheels.
That's it. That's cool.
Or what's that, Brian? The wheelchair, the one wheelchair.
I got some video of that somewhere. I saw one a minute ago. But yeah, I call it my wheelchair. But
That's right.
most people in this sport have seen somebody ride a chair on a one wheel at this point. But
And for those of us that don't have $2,000 for a one wheel, I got myself a Segway, so I'll Segway my little butt around.
There you go.
let's see here.
Boy, we're really filling up this this after
I know,
show.
look who's in the house. Jack's in the house. Oh my God.
Are we in the after show
What's
now?
up?
Yeah, we're in the still streaming after show, so we're gonna cut the live feed probably in a couple minutes. I just want to let everybody that's jumping on say hi to everybody and be live for a little bit.
There we go.
There's the wheelchair.
I
Photo bomb.
love it.
Photo bomb by Red.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. That was so much fun.
I loved it too. Yeah.
Is this his
Great.
first try?
Probably.
Yeah, that was my first
Yeah,
try.
probably,
I
right?
was just finishing. I don't think you got a video of the beginning of it, but yeah, that was my first ride.
And I believe that is Darren's father right there.
Yes, sir. That is.
Very cool.
Man, that was
I
such a
heard a
good.
video somewhere of you crashing, Brian.
Oh
What are you
yeah, I got
doing?
that. Talking about the hay bale one.
No, the one wheel, the wheelchair, one wheel, whatever.
Yeah, there's been a few of those, man. It's a learning curve for
Okay.
sure.
They're hilarious. Those videos are hilarious.
Probably.
That was my first
Yeah,
try.
probably, right?
Oh snap! We got Australia in the house. Walter
Yep.
from down under.
Walter, you were echoing. I put you on mute, buddy. Did you get a haircut or did you grow a beard? What? You look different.
He's trying to catch up with Sean.
Well, come the first of the year, I'm shaving this all off. It's a project that I'm doing actually, and I'll be talking more about it come the first of the year. It's a project.
Good evening, all.
There
Good
you
evening,
are.
Good evening. I'm on the air. Sean Ashcraft, you're the man. I wish I was a teenager again and I was your kid, because as a child I didn't have many toys, and the stuff that's around now, your boy's going to be paramotoring, one wheeling, and you think, man, could I be a kid again, please?
I know, right?
Really?
Don't worry about money. Just let me be a child again.
Yeah.
Money isn't anything. Well, it is, but yeah, I hate to be a child again. I mean, it's good to see everybody. And, like you said, we've all got a common thing, and it's being in the air. I've come from drag racing, and we have the same sort of family over the past 40, 50 years that I've been in the sport. And I see the same thing growing now as a powered paragliding community growing. As you said, you're meeting people. You are becoming a part of life with everyone around you, your friends, be it legends, whatever, the Tucker Gotts, Sean, Grandpa, doing this show. Absolutely fantastic. I'm in Australia. We got nothing like this at all. So to you guys, I say I love you all. Thank you very much. From Australia, my heart's with you. America, I love you. USA, please fight on. Get strong again, boys. Things are going on in your country. Get it straight. All I can say is I love you. I love your country. And I'm just really disappointed in the world and what's happening at the moment. And you guys are a part of it, and you're the answer. I don't know the real answer out of all this, but you got to get that president out, man. I'm sorry. I don't like to be political, but it's in my heart. The world needs it. And Mr. Trump was the God, I believe, in my heart. I'm sorry to get political, guys. I love this show, and my heart's with you all.
Right. Let's make America great again.
Yes.
Love you, sugar. You're all right,
Thank you. Thank you. I just needed to say that, guys. And yeah, Sean, your aspiration to to your kids, and yeah, love it. Thank you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cheers,
Wow, we get some pretty big American pride there coming all the way from Australia.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. I love it.
That is awesome. That was really good. That was really good. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I wasn't listening, Walter. What did you say?
I'm saying USA is the best place to be. I mean, look, I'm in Australia, and I think we're the best little kept secret down under, surrounded by water. We've got no dramas of borders. Well, we do up north, but don't worry about that. It's not as big a problem as what you're having down south. And
We love you, Walter.
I'm really concerned for your country and the way that it's going or being torn apart. And it's a damn shame to see
Walter,
what's
don't listen
going on.
man. Don't listen to the media. We're all good here. The
Yeah, I
media-
know. Look, I realise that. I can see that as far as the community goes, and it's the same here. We know what's going on in our country as well, and we're shut down more than you guys. So
Yeah, I've heard.
You know,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy that you guys are shut down like that.
it is, and it's just it is a real damn shame. In 2022, we're nearly 2022, and we're in this backward time in this world. Has been pushed us back a long way. Yeah, we're still advancing, we're still flying and all that, but wouldn't it be just good to go back, I don't know, just to be, love is great. Let's have more of it. Peace, not war.
absolutely. Every time I get high on a paramotor, there's one thing I'm not thinking of. That's politics.
That's the thing about you, Brian. You hit the nail on the head when you're at the airfield. There's nothing else on your mind, and it's just that relief being up there watching the world travel under you.
That's so true. I know that I don't think about nothing. I don't think about bills. I don't think about
Nothing.
Nope.
nothing. It's like I'm enjoying the view and just taking
Living in
in
the moment.
taking in every moment. Yes.
Yeah. You know what I think about a lot of times when you're up there? And-
Koalas.
yes. Because
Kangaroos?
Save the
no,
koalas.
because we're in a serene environment and time where, like I said, the world is traveling under us. We're flying, but the world is creeping under us. What I think about is my friends, my family. I wish I could have them there alongside of me, enjoying that moment. Whether you see a kangaroo or whether it's a waterfall or something like that, you just wish you could capture. I mean, I know you people do it with your cameras and all that, but to capture a moment with another person, I'm fortunate. Well, unfortunate. I built a single person aircraft, which I sort of regret because I wish I'd had two people up as well. It's not to say that I couldn't do it later, but it's enjoying it in your mind to be able to share it with someone else. That would be the ultimate. And what you're doing with film, it does it. It captures it. There's certain people that can capture it well. A lot of times when you film an aircraft or someone flying or video, it's the same thing. You go, oh, what day was that?
Exactly. We're still streaming live, so
sorry, guys.
And anybody else that wants to join us, go ahead and join us real quick. We're going to go ahead and stop the live stream and continue to chat for, maybe 20 more minutes. And so join us. We appreciate everyone listening to us. Y'all have a great day. Sean Ashcraft, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You've been an awesome guest. Can't wait to go flying with you. Congratulations on 27 flights and eventually getting your kids up in the air.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Sean. And everybody else, thanks for having me again. It's been really great. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this community now. So look forward to flying together. at some point.
Absolutely.
I'll see you in the
Absolutely.
sky.
So you guys don't go nowhere. We're just going to cut the live stream, but we're still going to chat here for a little bit. So everyone out there, thank you very much. And we'll see you tomorrow over at ppglear.com, Lear. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be with an all-girl cast with paramotorgirl.com. And then something's going on Thursday.
Let me think. This would be paraglidingtalk.com with our host, awesomest Robert Michaels. You all come on and join the show on Thursday night. We always have a good time. We always have great guests. There you go.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Love y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow at ppglear.com.
Night.
Peace.
Peace. Okay, that was our audio that stopped, and now we're going to stop the live stream.